That this is going to be a game-changing policy. This policy, we waited for this policy for about now 35 years, 34 years, and there were many improvements, there were many changes which was felt for a very long time. That we have to overhaul, we have to come up with a new education policy because the one which is already in existence has a lot of problems. So I think we have already discussed it in the press conference here, various aspects of this new education policy. It appears to me that there are lots of emphasis on multidisciplinarity, equity and value education and so many other points. We have discussed it at length, and I'm sure that with the infusion of funds going up to 6% at the earliest by Indian government, there will be a sea change and there will be a game-changing scenario as far as the education, right from the child care to PhD level will take place.
Just for clarification, the policy does not mention about the Chinese or the Mandarin language as an elective subject to be taken up by the students, basically in the school levels. What do you think, will it affect the universities?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't affect at all. I mean, I'm a little surprised by that question,
Right.
because the policy doesn't say that if you have a language which is in continuance, to discontinue it simply because it is not there in the policy document. It doesn't mean that. And anyway, Chinese is a very important language. Sikkim University is very proud to be having a course on that, and that will continue as it is. I don't see how by the National Education Policy 2020 will affect it in any way.
Ma'am, does the policy covers the entire spectrum of what we are saying, the holistic education?
Oh yes, the policy focuses right from early childhood education, which is from age of 3 years to the PhD. It also focuses at each level, school level, then at the higher education level, and also has focused on teacher education. It has not only talked about academic part, it has also talked about the training for the teachers, development of infrastructure. So certainly this policy is holistic in nature.
Do you think the new education policy will meet the same fate as that of Sikkim?
No, this will not. Actually, it will overcome with all those difficulties which was earlier there in this matter. Now we will overcome with this.
So what do you think, how challenging it would be for the states to implement this policy?
Okay, in this policy we are having different domains. It is covering all the domains, like particularly the cognitive domain. So it will measure all the mental capabilities related to this thinking, reasoning, problem solving, judgment. All these capacities it will be measured by the candidate. Then the affective domain, it will also shows the emotional balance and also this emotional intelligence, how to implement all these things. It will be covered in affective domain and psychomotor domain, that is the skill development of the individual. So all these three domains it will be covered in this policy, new education policy. Some lacunas earlier we are having, but this is the dominated policy. It overcome all those difficulties and framed this policy in a constructive and good manner.
So your last word, your final word, to the students basically.
I think, as I have said, it's we have to make attempts. The fact that some earlier attempts have failed does not mean that we don't make new attempts to improve. So I think let us all get together. There are lots of positive aspects of this policy, and I'm sure if we all get together and put our efforts into it, it will be a success. And then I'm sure with that the education scenario in India will definitely improve.
Thank you. Policy says about the digital education.
The policy actually acknowledges the fact that in a country like India, digital divide is a reality. And because we have been pushed into online education because of the pandemic, the policy says that teachers were not prepared, even students are not prepared. So how can we make how can we reduce digital divide? That is a long way to go. But we have to develop content in regional languages and make it available in radio,
community radio or on 24/7 television channels, and whatever can be done to so that farthest to the
With so
farthest
much of
student.
internet problem.
The fact that our
That-
Like I said, radio is not an internet problem. No, so that is there. We have to acknowledge this point. Is that there is a long way to go. So pilot studies have to be conducted by different institutions to look into the feasibility and problems of online education. And technology in education is an evolving process. It is not a destination. So it's a journey. So today there will be problem. Tomorrow there might not be problem. So we have to look into the positives of things.